been a minute since I filmed, so hello, how's everyone doing, happy February, but I want to dive straight into the video, I am taking this request from commenter, Emerson Barron. Thank you for commenting. A video suggestion. I appreciate it. And Emerson Barron commented that his suggestion is reading scary stories. And I think I commented back like, I gotta find some good scary stories, like ones that aren't too scary, because me personally, I see them pop up on my YouTube homepage, like ASMR reading scary stories, or like ASMR crime stories, criminal investigations, and I'm just like, do me. That would scare me too much to fall asleep. But, of course, Reddit being the great place on the internet it is, I looked up funny, scary stories. Just a scary story that, we can all enjoy and laugh to. And in that thread, they recommended this series called Tales from the Gas Station. Ooh, spooky Tales from the Gas Station. So, I will be reading some of that. This is in the Reddit thread NoSleep, but I hope all of you here will fall asleep. So, close your eyes, put your phone down, and let us begin. Link to this story is below. I think it's a series, so if you want to read some more Tales of the Gas Station, just go to the link below. Okay. So this is posted by user Gas Station Jack, and this is from 4 years ago. At the edge of our town, there's a shitty gas station that's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you were to go inside, you'd see row after row of off-brand chips, ooh, spooky, cookies, potted meats, so that's like Spam, and pickled curiosities, expiration dates suspiciously missing from the canned goods, like they were filed off years ago in some misguided attempt to control inventory turnover. A faded wet floor sign from way back covers a large crack in the foundation by the cooler, where layers of sticky spill-off have formed a miniature tar pit, preserving countless insect corpses and occasional small rodents. I'm visualizing this. And also, this is my first time reading this too. I was just like, okay, let's go with the comment that had the most upvotes about being a funny, scary story. But anyway, visualizing this very well. Nobody ever complains about the aesthetic. By some Providence bordering on the hides in the crawl space behind the grease trap, the grease trap, the grease trap, the grease trap. We think they're mutated. Anyway, at the very least, they must be inbred to the point of genetic deformity. The alpha, a muscular 3-foot-tall son of a bitch named Rocco, has been spotted multiple times chewing on people's tires and has been run over at least twice, but keeps coming back. It's like, where in the U.S. is this? Also, is this in the U.S.? Could be anywhere. Where is this? Where is this? Did they say? Sorry, I'm just zooming in on the text. Okay, so what are they describing again? I kind of lost my train of thought. Oh, so the health inspector has repeatedly signed off on the business, always kindly ignoring the faint smell of some kind of mysterious chemical cocktail that is the defining characteristic of the establishment. Okay, and then he goes on to say, that lingering smell, a sweet combination of honeysuckle, ammonia, and vomit has never been positively identified. But the prevalent theory is that it's coming from underground, wafting up through the thin fissures in the concrete that grow and spread with each year of architectural settling. It's the strongest right after a rain, and pungent to the point of tear-inducing if you get too close to the storm drains where even Rocco and his clan refuse to tread. That's just gross. That's scary, but yeah, that's just gross. If you were to go inside this gas station, you might also see the bathroom cowboy. The bathroom cowboy. The bathroom cowboy. He's sort of an urban legend around here, only ever appearing when you're alone and unexpecting. What makes him truly legendary are the stories people tell after an alleged encounter. The accounts run the gamut from pretty weird to impossibly bizarre. Like the guy last month who went for a pee, but changed his mind when he saw him standing there next to the urinal, wearing a duster, bandana, boots, and chaps, handing out balloon animals. Or a couple weeks later when another customer stepped into the same bathroom to see a man wearing nothing but a cowboy hat, boxers, and boots with spurs, literally grinding an axe of an old-fashioned stone sharpening wheel. When he entered, the cowboy stopped what he was doing, looked up with a smile and a tip of the hat, and said, "Come on, man, come on with it." If you should be lucky enough to see the cowboy that may or may not haunt the bathroom, don't worry. He's harmless, and in fact, usually quite polite. Honestly, he doesn't seem so bad, especially compared to some of the other things going on in that place. When you go inside, you might instantly get a toothache. That's a strangely common phenomenon that nobody really understands. It should go away seen a total of 4 coffins inside the store on 3 different occasions. I've met at least a dozen people wandering back into town from the woods claiming they had escaped aliens or government conspirators or the like, and that they had no money but needed to make a call, and could I please just let them use our use our store phone before they find them again. Days and quotes. But rules are rules, and I'm not inclined to lose my job because you didn't escape captivity with a little pocket change. And then of course, there was Farmer Brown. Yeah, that's his real name. Who got mad at us and complained about the bulk feed we'd been ordering for him. He insisted something was wrong with the product because, as he put it, all of his animals suddenly had human faces. Okay. We settled with him by charging a significant discount on his next couple of purchases. He stopped coming in not long after, and they found what was left of his body inside a bedroom at his farmhouse that had been locked from inside. As far as I know, they still haven't figured that one out yet. Anyway, I can come back and tell a story or two, but first I need to get ready for work. I'm sure he can write all of these stories while he's at work. Wow, that was part 1. In the end of part 1, let's see how long part 2 is. There are many parts. There are 8 parts. Let's dive into part 2. I think I've gotten enough of the history and the feeling of this place and this man, what's his name? Jack, gas station Jack, that I want to read part 2. Okie dokie. Part 2 starts at the edge of our town. There's a shitty gas station that's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you were to go inside, you would probably see the tired cashier sitting behind the front desk doing his best to mind his own business. He's real. You may also see someone else. You may also see something else. If you're curious about the reality of anyone or anything, including yourself, inside that small ammonia-scented, flickering, fluorescent collection of off-brand junk food, dirt, 4 walls, and a roof, may I recommend that you follow the cashier's lead and mind your own business. I liked that ammonia-scented, flickering, fluorescent collection. I've been working at the gas station almost non-stop since I graduated high school, and at this point, I doubt I could quit if I wanted to. Not long ago, a doctor recommended that I start keeping a journal, and after some consideration, I decided I might as well give it a shot. It's not like any of the traditional treatments are having any effect. But enough about me, let's get back to the interesting thing. The gas station. I spent a decent portion of my shift last night trying to decide how to begin this journal. Where can I start that would make any sense at all? How do I explain the gas station to someone who has never experienced it? I've tried telling some of my stories before, so I know what to expect. People don't believe it. Or people don't want to believe it. They don't want to believe it. I still remember the difficulty I had last year when I had to call the sheriff's station and explain to the new girl that half of a pig had broken into the store and was running amok, breaking things and screaming with the voice of an old woman. Yes, I mean half a pig. This is dialogue. Yes, I mean half of a pig. Yes, a pig. The front half. No, this isn't a joke. I'm at the gas station. What do you mean, which gas station? Is this your first day or something? Oh, it is. In that case, can I please talk to someone else? She finally put me through to Tom. He's the deputy that drew the short straw all those years ago and ended up on official gas station duty. That was back before his hair turned all white. He's been in enough times now to know. He's been in enough times now that all I have to say when he picks up the line is, "It's half a pig, it won't stop screaming and I can't catch it." And then he grunts, mutters something about that being pretty freaking weird, and drives out to help me catch it. Tom is a good guy. I ask around, but nobody knew where the pig had come from. Farmer Brown, who was still alive at the time, came down to take a look and provide his expert opinion. According to the farmer, the pig had somehow been chopped down the middle, but miraculously none of the important organs were hit. Nothing supernatural about it, just really unusual. It stayed at the local elementary school as a kind of mascot for the summer before a scientist and his team from somewhere up north offered the school $1,000 to let them take it. For science, I suppose. I don't mean to ramble, but my point is that it's hard to believe some of these stories if you haven't been inside the gas station at least once. And maybe you have. We're the only gas station for miles. We're close enough to some big crossroads if you've ever been driving out in an unfamiliar part of the country and found yourself lost. It's not impossible that you could have found yourself at my doors, looking to top off your gas or ask for some directions. If you have a strange memory of a weird place that somehow doesn't seem to fit, there's a chance that we've actually met. It was late into my overnight shift when I decided to start writing. I took notes about what was happening. I jotted down a few of my stranger memories, but I consciously decided to leave out those stories that were so unbelievable that I wouldn't even waste people's time with them. I call those try and forget stories. I was writing down on a book of receipt paper when Carlos interrupted me. Carlos is one of the part-timers at the gas station. We have a pretty long list of part-time employees here. The owners like to hire transients, drifters, hitchhikers, passerbyers, and runaways looking for work for a few days. I try not to get to know the part-timers. They come and go for a few days or sometimes a few weeks. Really rarely long enough to form any kind of meaningful relationship. But there was Carlos, who was working for almost a year now. He started as part of the prison work relief program, unloading trucks twice a week, and was the only one of 12 prisoners that didn't disappear during a freak snowstorm last December, but that's none of my business. Carlos did his time, and when they released him, he twice a week, extensively during the daylight hours, as per an arrangement following the incident. Maybe one day I'll ask Carlos what he does for the owners. All I know is that he's the closest thing to a friend I have here. Aw. When Carlos approached me at the register last night, I knew something unusual was going on. He was sweating bullets, pale and on the verge of passing out. He kept glancing back at the man in the suit that had wandered into the store and was now standing next to the frozen drink machine. He told me we needed to talk now. I told him go ahead, but he refused to say anything unless I followed him into the freezer. I usually hate to leave the front of the store unwatched. We have the occasional shoplifter. Plus there was one time Rocco got in and made off with 2 cases of cigarettes. But Carlos seemed serious, so I made an exception for him. Once we were in the sub-freezing safety of the walk-in cooler, Carlos asked me if I had seen the guy in the suit. I said yes, I saw him. He asked if I knew the guy. I said yes, I'd seen the guy around town. His name was Kuiper. He was running for some kind of office. I can't remember which one, and stop at the gas station every now and then. He drove an old black SUV that only took premium. I didn't know him much from in town, but he was definitely a local. His picture was framed in my high school's trophy case for one of those sports competitions he had won years and years before I got there. We only have so many things to be proud of, I suppose. I only knew Kuiper, but we weren't exactly